Hey, this is Matt from Turra Music. Today we have the Korg OPSIX. It is an altered FM synthesizer. It's based on FM synthesis. It's not the most intuitive form of synthesis, but it is super powerful. Known for bell sounds and electric piano sounds and 1 million 80s ballads. Today I'll be basically taking you through this in terms of sort of preset surfing. I'll also go into a bit of the sound design and how you go about doing that. This thing is kind of a monster for the price. It's a 32 voice synthesizer. It's all digital, but it also offers virtual analog. And then you also have FM synthesis, which is insanely deep. I actually find that it's fairly easy to get started with, but you can also go some really unusual places quite quickly. So I think it's great for beginners, but also experienced synthesists. So here's some more presets for now. I'm just going to do something simple here and change that arpeggiator pattern, which we're going to go into shift and up, and we've got some different patterns here, up, down, up. I'm just going to go manual, so that's going to be in the order in which I played them. Okay, so I'm going to do some basic sound design here to begin with. I'm actually going to use the simpler of the two methods to go and do some sound design. I'm going to do a bit of virtual analog synthesis here. So I'm going to go quick here and basically initialize a preset and go, yep, and we get this very basic sine wave. Very clean, great sounding sine wave. We can actually go in here and change that from a sine wave into, say, a 8-bit sine wave, which has got this sort of like grainy little hissy fuzz behind the main sine wave. We've got triangle, saw, and all the other ones you know and love, with a whole lot of others as well. So I've got a sawtooth wave here, and I'm going to use the low pass filter to start taking out the harmonics of that sound. Got resonance as well. We've got a sequencer here. Just press record and basically plot in your notes. And here we go. Got some effects. I'm going to layer an effect on top here. So one of the effects that I really like is basically this delay setting. It's just called DLY, and basically it's a stereo delay. So you have a choice of what the delay in the left ear is doing, a delay in what the right ear is doing, and then a level control for both of the repeats. So I'm going to go quite high on the repeats, on the level of the delays, so that they kind of like direct copies of the original signal. just going further with this sound, like just showing you how kind of powerful the effects are, I'm actually going to go and put I think there's a guitar amp and a distortion in here. Maybe not the sound everyone wants, but I don't know, I kind of found it was kind of fun just to totally change the character of this thing. So hopefully I don't blow our heads off here. It's quite easy to get lost in this thing, and that was just purely mucking around with the effects and the virtual analog side of the machine. So now we're going to look at some of the FM side of it. It's a really, really deep instrument, and FM synthesis, if you're familiar with it at all, is very deep. I'll do my best to get some sounds that we like, but yeah, I'll do a few more of the classic presets here because I think my FM synthesis is lacking, maybe. So we have this basic sine wave. This dial here basically is a volume, and this dial next to it is directly related to the first oscillator or operator. And as I basically slide this up, we're going to get more and more sort of interplay between this second oscillator, which is, it's basically not, you're not hearing it by itself. If this is up by itself, you're not hearing anything. So the amplitude is being affected, the volume is being affected with an audio rate oscillator. So here we go. So now I can actually choose the octave range or the relationship to that original oscillator we have here. So I'm going to do that. So now we've kind of got kind of a vibrato effect. Just extend the release on this amp envelope. Bit longer. So I've got this sort of modulation source here at its sort of lowest rate. And I'm going to bring that up to the total other end of the spectrum here. I'm just going to do a chord. So yeah, FM synthesis definitely takes some practice. You know, it's quite a rewarding machine. Like the more I play with it, the more I've understood where things are. But basically being a very deep virtual analog synthesizer, as well as a deep FM synthesizer, I think the price point and what you get for it is awesome. Maybe, you know, with this sort of machine, you could even use it as a module. So if you're a real keys player, I'm not, I'm always stuck in C minor, but if you're a real keys player, I reckon actually you could get a nice big MIDI controller, like an 88 note key MIDI controller, and this is just purely your interface there. But then, you know, this thing is really light and portable. So, you know, you could take this to a live show. You know, if you're going to collaborate with someone, you could use this, and, you know, it wouldn't take a lot of space in your rig. But yeah, if you really want to get the most out of those 30 voices, what is it? 32 different voices, then yeah, you could even plug it in, a MIDI controller, 88 note, and get more out of it that way. Anyway, I'll wrap up here with some more presets. Hope you've enjoyed this as like a sort of first look at the unit. Stock will be arriving soon, and yeah, cheers.